Thank you very much, Samya, for nice introduction. Good afternoon and namaskar to all of you. Thank you so much, St. Francis College, for giving me this opportunity. Thanks to Dr. Pankaj and the entire college for giving me this opportunity to speak on a very important topic related to IKS. Kindly allow me to. All right. Hope my slides are visible there. Can anybody confirm my slides are
Yes, it's
visible
visible,
there?
sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So thank you once again for giving me this opportunity to talk on a faculty development program on Indian knowledge systems. I have chosen my topic as NEP 2020 and Indian knowledge systems. There is a provision of IKS in NEP 2020 vision, and the subtitle is A Path to Bharat as Knowledge Economy and Vishwaguru. Everybody talks about the economy, that currently we are fourth and then soon will become third economy in the world. But knowledge economy is something that will truly make us Vishwaguru. And Indian knowledge system IKS has all the potential to make us Vishwaguru. And with this note, you can see one interesting picture here because I have been a researcher in computer vision and image processing. So I try to include images and videos in my presentation. So this is nothing but I structure a brain because my research work that I was practically doing when I was professor in IIIT Bangalore was on mindfulness using EEG signal. So this is the structure, that the brain structure, it has different parts. I will briefly explain about it when I talk about some scientific results on IKS. So this will be the outline of my talk. I'll be quickly talking about NEP 2020 and IKS, the relevance of IKS in global context, role of IKS in sustainable development, challenges in integrating IKS. Everybody wants to integrate. There is a focus on and a focus in NEP 2020. There is mandate, and everybody is expecting that all universities and colleges and institutes should include some IKS. At least 5% of courses are to be there from IKS in the entire curriculum. So what are those challenges and how we can address, strategies for implementation, and then way forward, with which I'll conclude. So when we talk about Indian knowledge system, it's not only the yoga or Vedic mathematics. It includes a number of domains like health and wellness, traditional knowledge in mathematics, traditional knowledge in medicines, yoga, Vedas, preserving arts, culture, tradition, astronomy, consciousness studies, and so on. So it's a bigger area, it's a broad area that covers a number of other areas, number of domains that we'll try to understand. I hope in the last talks, last sessions, it must have been, the introduction must have been covered. So let me begin with the motivation. We must be very much motivated, especially in teaching and research community. So Swami Vivekananda, in his historical address in Chicago in 1893, when he addressed the entire audience there in USA, sisters and brothers of America, there he mentioned that time that a great positive impact can be created by the India because we have traditional knowledge, spiritual and mindfulness practices in India. Now, what is IKS talking about? IKS is talking about all these things only. The time has come, and therefore Swamiji envisioned India as a spiritual guru, rather Vishwaguru 3, through rich Indian traditional knowledge, be it in culture, philosophy, epics, medicine, consciousness studies, yoga, meditation, etc. So the time has come to integrate the traditional knowledge, IKS based practices, and time has also come because India is doing great in terms of technology, in terms of AI based technology. So AI based technology or interventions can be combined with IKS. Why it is needed? Let us go to the first slide. You have also included in your presentations Bhadrayam Sumato Yatim. Its meaning is, let us strive for wisdom that leads to welfare of all. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramya, sarve bhadrani pasyantu ma kasyid dukh bhavet. So what is our ultimate goal? The ultimate goal of we people is to improve the quality of life, improve the quality of life of an individual or the society. And that is why I have written, so that the quality life can be led and the holistic life can be enjoyed. And the IKS has all the potential to help us. NEP 2020 talks about a number of things, but the ultimate aim of NEP 2020 is to improve the quality of life, quality of common masses, quality of individual. If we see the key features in NEP 2020, then only we'll understand the importance of IKS in NEP 2020. It it has number of things like, it talks about equitable education for all. It talks about multidisciplinary holistic education. It emphasizes on skill development and employability skills. It talks about research and innovation, which would be around 1.5%. International students, we are talking about globalizations, we claim these and that, but number of students from foreign countries in India is hardly 50,000. So there is a target that 200,000 students will come in India, will study in some institutions and universities. And this will be an important step towards Bharat, India as Vishwaguru. So IKS integration, currently the IKS integration in the institutions and universities only 30%. And it is not practical. Many are doing just for the sake of integration, just for the sake of documentation. But there is a target or projection of 100% integration, and that can help us, to enhance the global cultural awareness. So IKS must have been talked in by the previous speakers. IKS covers a number of domains. It extends relevance to health, environment, technology, education, governance, politics, psychology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, everything. But what are the domains under IKS? Health and wellness. It includes meditation, Ayurveda, yoga, and a lot of preventive healthcare, methods. Science and technology, that includes astronomy, mathematics, metallurgy, sustainable practices like organic farming, water conservation, etc. Philosophy and arts, philosophy, literature, performing arts, architecture, spiritual growth. These are there under IKS. So you all must be knowing that there is a separate division under AICT called as Indian Knowledge System. This is a link, and that the idea is to promote interdisciplinary research in all aspects of IKS. There are a number of aspects. There is a picture where you can see so many aspects can be seen, be it, medicine, be it our spiritual strength, be it, the chemistry, our culture, so many things are there. So on all aspects of IKS, there are societal implications, there are societal impact, and that can be promoted through IKS. That is the main reason that everybody is emphasizing on IKS. So what is the relevance of IKS in 21st century? Let us see some examples. Like scientific contribution, if we talk about, India introduced concept of zero and also the decimal system. But now who talks about that? Who glorifies that? It forms the foundation of modern mathematics. Aryabhatta astronomy with accurate calculation of Earth's rotation and orbits much ahead of Western science. Who talks about this? Health care and wellness, yoga currently being practiced by 300 or more than 300 million people globally, especially in the United Nations, when Honorable Prime Minister, with his effort, this became so popular, it was accepted by UN. Now you see Instagram and other places, social media, full of reels, on yogas and different traditional practices of healthcare. and that's being taken very seriously. So it contributes to India's wellness tourism sector. Ayurveda and yoga has currently $10 billion, global industry. So it's not like that. It's just the practices, but it has connection with global economy, global economy strength, philosophy and humanities, Mahabharata and Vedas. Mahabharata and Vedas, the great epics, teach us ethics, good governance, human purpose, human values, demonstrating global intellectual traditions. See, those days, what kind of politics, what kind of governance was there? Everybody was happy in a Ramarajya. He was treated as an ideal person. And how that time the governance was possible. Can we take something from there from that time, ancient time, and can we do something using technology? So global relevance and competitiveness, India's wellness tourism market is projected to grow by 20% annually due to global interest in yoga and Ayurveda. You can, see in my presentation, there is a lot of emphasis on yoga and wellness. It's because of that is my research area, but I'm trying to connect with IKS. So integration of IKS with NEP 2020 has all the strength to foster economy, innovation, and global collaboration. We can bring the world together. The world is a family. India believes in Vasudev Kutumbakam. The entire world is our whole family, and therefore we talk about Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya. So India guides, India mentors in a number of IKS domains. So NEP 2020 and IKS, what are the key provisions? NEP says that IKS can be, brought into curriculum. People have started bringing into curriculum. It advocates integration of IKS into curriculum of school, higher education, traditional knowledge, along with modern science. This is what Swami Vivekananda mentioned in 1893. We are rich in traditional knowledge. That time he used to say that bring the science and technology knowledge from the West and combine with our traditional knowledge, India will do great. Luckily, his vision is becoming true now. We are doing good in technology. We are definitely great in traditional knowledge. If both can combine, nobody can stop us becoming Vishwaguru. So IKS research centers, Indian Council of Historical Research Center, Indian Council of Social Science and Research, they are promoting IKS to foster research in indigenous knowledge system. Different IITs are partnering with traditional knowledge, IIT Mandi, IIT Delhi, IIT Gandhinagar. They are doing good in Indian knowledge system for creating new technologies in NLP, mindfulness, sustainable development, etc. Multidisciplinary learning, IKS with modern science and technology to foster interdisciplinary learning. Because NEP says that we have to promote multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary learning that actually enhances or increasing the learning horizontal. And there, the flexibility is given by IKS. Now, let's understand why IKS is important for Vikasit Bharat. India is, dreaming about Viksit Bharat by 2047. How does it play a role? Preservation and promotion of cultural heritage. India has 40 UNESCO World Heritage Sites currently, reflecting traditional knowledge in architecture, and we have 3.7 million ancient texts that have been digitized to preserve culture and scientific heritage. These are the data that tells us we have immense power in traditional knowledge, addressing global challenges through indigenous practices. Because what is very important for us, that 65% of population is below 35. The entire, the population is young. And this is why, every country in the world is eyeing on us, that because of youth strength, the strength of young minds. More than 900 million internet penetration users has been the penetration of internet. So this is the strength. So traditional water conservation, step wells, tank irrigation, that is aligned with SDG 6, clean water and sanitation, Ayurveda-based practices, as I mentioned, as a preventive healthcare that contributes to India's currently 20 billion wellness economy. There are the links I have given. These are the reports. I'm not saying that these are the theoretical things. These are the reports given by different, agencies. Revitalizing India's identity as a Vishwaguru. We hear from our, the seniors that, long time ago, India was the largest or second largest economy. So let us bring that glory back. And there the IKS can be of, great importance. Yoga Day observed in more than 180 countries that reinforces our identity, India's identity as a leader in sustainable living and holistic practices. IKS and sustainable goal, you can talk about any sustainable goal, sustainable development goal, 17 SDGs, be it quality education, be it good health and mental well-being, be it clean water, be it, affordable and clean energy, be it sustainable cities and communities, or be it life on land, be it no poverty, zero hunger. IKS has an answer. IKS has some provision to address and to meet the expectations of these SDGs. Therefore, there is strong connect between SDGs and the Indian knowledge system. So what are the challenges? Challenges include misconception about traditional knowledge. When we talk about traditional knowledge, almost 60% of persons, they perceive that traditional practices such as, and they believe that these are outdated practices due to lack of standardization, scientific and empirical evidence. And therefore, we need to do a lot of scientific and empirical studies in order to make it popular, in order to get it accepted by the masses. There is a gap between ancient wisdom and modern science applications. Despite contributing $10 billion economy annually to the global market, Ayurveda and yoga are not much accepted in biotechnology and preventive healthcare. I was in IIIT Bangalore. I was doing good number of projects. My collaborator was Nimhans Bangalore. Emphasis had given some money. Then Japanese company Toshiba has given some money for CSR. People were working with me in Nimhans Bangalore. Gujarat is a hub of industries. I'm talking to the industries. They believe that, and you must be knowing that this is a hub of pharmaceutical industries. So if you reach out to them that these are the practices, let us bring them using technology into your industries, there is some apprehension. They don't, agree with you very easily. And therefore, they are not very much accepted in biotechnology and preventive healthcare. That's a real challenge. So you have to do a lot of research, a lot of experimentations, bring out some scientific findings, and then share with them so that they'll agree with us. Oh, it has a potential. So let biotechnology, pharmaceutical, and other relevant industries join hands with the IKS people, IKS researchers, IKS research centers. And then limited resources and expertise. Very few Indian universities having IKS research centers like ICSSR report and other reports suggest. So let's talk about one example. Now I'll be little, technical. My apologies if some of you are, not having much of, expertise or understanding of AI. Though I believe that AI has become so common that everybody understands AI. So little knowledge of AI is required in my, next part of presentation, and then I'll switch to how IKS can greatly help us in making us Vishwaguru. So research on mindfulness and yoga I was doing practically. I was also working with one doctor of Mysore, Purnima Hospital, Heartfulness, and other people. We were doing practice. So analysis of large scale data from mindfulness practices like meditation, yoga, insights into user behaviors and outcomes over time. It studies about mind behavior, mind, body, and spirit. AI can tailor mindfulness interventions. AI can provide tailor-made, interventions based on the individual user data and progress, making practices more effective and engaging. We can use ML models to identify patterns in the data to predict individuals that may benefit from mindfulness training, allowing them for targeted interventions that can help, that can improve mental health outcomes. These are some pictures of two places. One is of Nimhans Bangalore, my collaborator, and there is very, unique university in Bangalore called as SVyasa, Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhan Sansthan. It is in Jigni. I mean, those who are very excited in doing research, serious studies in yoga and related fields of IKS. They have a sleep lab, they have a dream lab in Nimhans Bangalore. They can visit there and can do research because research is very much needed. So there is a scientific approach involved in our research. You have to have ethical
Sorry
clearance
to interrupt
when
you, sir. The slides are not moving. It is the Yeah, it is still in challenges in implementing IKS.
I don't know because maybe bandwidth problem would be there. From my side, it is changing.
Okay. Now
From
it
my
is,
side, it is changing.
are you reading collaboration works? Are you doing now?
Now collaboration works now.
Okay. You are good to go, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Probably that side, I don't know. Here bandwidth is excellent and I'm able to see and yeah. So because I think if there is no sync between that would actually create problem. In my slides, there are a lot of pictures in all slides. So
Now it's
these
working
pictures are
fine, sir.
from okay, thank you. There are pictures here from Nimhans, Bangalore, and S. Vyasa, Swami Vivekananda. I was talking about it's a deemed university on yoga, spread in 109 acre. I have been there. I was working closely with, doing some research there. This is Professor Bindu Kutti of Nimhans, Bangalore, doing good in the Center for Consciousness Studies. So they are doing good. So this is what I was talking about. There is a process involved in mindfulness studies. We were working using EEG signal. So whenever you work with any biomedical modality or human signal, you have to have ethical clearance, protocol writing, selection of subjects. A lot of things are there. Let us not discuss those things. Then collection of data set is a big problem, analysis of data, and finally improving the analysis using AI interventions. So what is generally done using, say, before meditation, you record the signal, and after meditation, you record the signal. It's not that easy. You have to have protocol, how you have to see it, how much time you have to see it, what questionnaire you have to respond, in which pose you are supposed to see it. All these comes under protocol. So let us not go into the detail. What I'm trying to make a point is before meditation and after meditation, if you get EEG signal from different parts of your brain, they change. And that change is very important for the study. Why? Because when you decompose the EEG signal, which is a brain signal, there are a lot of brain signals like MRI, EEG, and other signals. So EEG, if it is decomposed, it is decomposed in gamma, beta, alpha, theta, and delta. You can read gamma is for intense concentration and learning. For example, there is an occipital area in the backside of our brain. So whenever you are imagining something, whenever your mind is mind wandering, so whenever you are in mind wandering, you will be thinking about something, you are imagining about something, you are concentrating on some object, and that time the gamma energy of your occipital area will be high. So you can just take the energy, signals from your brain using different channels. There are EEG devices. From there, different parts of brain connect with the different channels, get the signals, try to calculate the energy. So energy will be different before meditation, after meditation, before yoga, after yoga, and before mindfulness practices, after mindful practices. So for example, delta is in deep dreamless sleep. When you are almost calm, there is a signal which is with the lowest frequency. You can see lowest frequency. Highest frequency is there when there is a gamma energy. Those who understand signal, more is the frequency, more is the energy. So highest frequency component is gamma. So in case of relaxing or recharging, there is a signal called as alpha. So with the help of these, and there are different parts of brain that you can see here: parietal lobe, occipital lobe, temporal lobe, frontal lobe. These are the different parts. Like occipital I was talking about here, this channel is responsible for your vision related, imagination related tasks. As far as the frontal area is concerned, your critical thinking, those abilities, determination abilities can be determined from the frontal lobe channels. This is the flow diagram of one of our work that has already been published in IEEE, MLA, machine learning based classification of practitioners and non-practitioners, those who practice yoga, those who do not practice yoga. And, there may be 3 or 4 different types of practices: yoga, meditation, breathing exercises, and to improve, for improved quality of life. So what we generally do, we acquire the signal, and using some device, we capture the EEG signal, we decompose them, we get the different bands, alpha, beta, gamma, and then we try to understand what is alpha before that, after that. And then, of course, using certain feature extraction model, deep learning models, you can classify these are the practitioners, these are non-practitioners. How? Because those who have been practitioners, there is a change in their gamma energy, there is change in their beta energy, or there is change in the delta energy. How much is the change? So you can classify practitioners and non-practitioners. Then again, between the practitioners listeners, you can classify how many of them have been practicing for 1 week, how many of them have been practicing for 1 month, how many of them have been practicing for 1 year. And therefore, you see our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister gets up, everybody says at 4 o'clock, does yoga. You must have seen that he lands from USA in India, then attends 3, 4 public meetings, and again in evening he goes back to India, Delhi and attends, his meeting in PMO. So otherwise the people will say, oh, I'm back from USA, I have jet lag and all that. So where is the energy coming from? The energy is coming from that strength. So is he doing has he been doing for last 2 years? No, for so many years. So it requires long, long practice. You need to have patience. If you say that I'll do for a long time, it works. I have experienced my own life. My HbA1c when diagnosed diabetes was 11.9. Medicine dosage was so high. When I started yoga and meditation regularly and walk, I reduced the content of medicine, the dosage of medicine, and then it became 11.9 became 6.7. So this is a magical thing, but you have to do regularly. That is very important. This is another work, impact study of traditional meditation practices using power spectral density assessment of EEG signal. PSD is a scientific term. This was about 3, 4 different types of yoga, like Sunya yoga, Himalayan yoga, and other Vipassana. There are different types of techniques. So which is better, which is not good, which is good, when do we, which kind of activities, then which is more useful. All these were studied by using this particular work. And there is one more work, multi-resolution analysis of EEG signal for detection of mind wandering during meditation. Mind wandering is the biggest problem. Listening capability is reducing. We are not able to pay attention because our mind keeps on wandering. So can we control it? The answer is big yes. And there was a work using the deep learning model, wavelet transform, and we could clearly see the difference between non-mind wandering and mind wandering classes. So we are not going into the details of those things. So what are the strategies? I have many more examples. If I talk about the impact of meditation or mindfulness in the mental health care, in study of Parkinson, Alzheimer disease, mental disorder and disability, using AI intervention, I have hundreds of slides that I can give you with practical data. But let me not be so much scientific and technical. Therefore, let me again connect with the strategies and other part of the presentation. So what are the strategies? How can we address the challenges? Interdisciplinary curriculum with IKS integration. Let me tell you, there is some provision in your curriculum. This much percentage has to be from value education, this much has to be from skill, this much has to be from your IKS and all that. If you include these type of courses, students will simply love it. Otherwise they'll believe that, oh, these are the things. But until and unless you create interest with some examples, some real-time examples, real-time findings, they'll think that, oh, these are just for making us aware about IKS and yoga. Otherwise, they'll enjoy because it has a credit. They'll say, wow, it's very easy going. We are understanding our traditional knowledge as well as we are gaining some credit. So interdisciplinary curriculum with IKS can be integrated. We can blend, combine with STEM and humanities with pilot programs like IIT Kharagpur has a number of courses. Especially they are having ancient metallurgical techniques. Capacity building, we can enhance expertise in teaching and research, yeah, in traditional knowledge, industry collaboration and global efforts such as CSIR partnership, UNESCO, WHO, CSIR funding. I can tell you one of my paper attracted one researcher, Christopher from Sweden. He approached me, Professor Sinha, can we submit one? There was a Indo-Sweden scheme of research grant proposal. Professor Sinha, can we write a joint proposal? We wrote it. Finally, it was not accepted after 2 rounds of screening. That's another matter. But it brings opportunities. It brings collaborators near you. It brings the world near you. You're doing something, write about it on LinkedIn or X, whichever is a suitable media platform, social media platform, not like creating reels in Facebook and Insta, but you can use the other powerful media where you got some results, you got some findings, express there, and then people get connected with you. Examples of IKS integration in other higher education institutes, IIT Kharagpur, they are doing on Vedic sciences, ancient metallurgy, courses on Ayurveda and yoga. They are having IKS at IIT Delhi. BHU, they are having courses in Ayurveda, integrating ancient medicinal knowledge and modern healthcare. JNU has a number of courses. Gujarat Ayurvedic University, Jamnagar, I can tell you, I know one person here. If you need some resource person who talks technically on Ayurveda, will just, will leave you amazed. There is a professor there in this university. I invited him here. I mean, he is doing great in the Ayurveda research. So this is doing good. This is in Gujarat, Ayurvedic Education and Research, offering postgraduate and doctoral programs in Ayurveda. There Karnataka Sanskrit University is doing, IKS-based research in Sanskrit literature. Kerala University of Health Sciences, they are doing on yoga, Siddha medicine into modern healthcare curriculum. So these are some examples. And let us understand, let us learn from ancient institutions. Extensive study on ancient Indian institution like Takshila and Nalanda. Think about these universities. The others between 5th century and 12th century, how great they were. The entire Southeast Asia and other people were coming over there and were studying. What was the glorious part? And then why that glory can't be again brought back? So that is the the strength there in the Indian knowledge system. Be it philosophy, be it medicine, astronomy, mathematics were taught. I can tell you, I come from a very typical village from Chhattisgarh. Basically, the village is in dense forest. Till my class 12, I had never seen doctor going to the village. So, a Ved who is there in a village was giving the treatment to everybody in the village and nearby villages. And I can tell you the death was very rare. Everybody was healthy. Yeah, things have of course changed now. I am 51 now. Things have changed, but I believe that there are a lot of things in those herbal things, medicinal plants, the forest products. There is a tribal district in Chhattisgarh called as Bastar. Earlier, it was known for the Naxalite problem. Now it is almost free. You go there, inside, go deeper inside the place. There is a place called Abujmad. People still don't wear good clothings, and they are good in these traditional knowledge. Why can't we study those things and glorify our traditional knowledge of medicine? So, Bharat as a Vishwaguru, what is vision, and can this vision be, be true when we combine with Viksit Bharat by 2047? I am of the opinion that it will definitely lead the entire world through IKS, reviving our legacy as a knowledge hub by expanding interdisciplinary education, learning from ancient institutions, Nalanda in Takshila. I went to NIT Warangal. They invited me to deliver talk on IKS. Director was saying that because in IIIT Bangalore, I had just started a IKS lab, Indian Knowledge System. Then I came here as a vice chancellor, so it could not, advance much. So in the similar manner, the director invited me. I went there. I could see, I think there is a Kakiteya, culture there. There is a temple. I mean, that is a great potential of IKS is there. And somebody was presenting there that what was the status or the status of the temple, and then later they you know they transform the entire temple. So there also they use the civil and they are the ancient civil knowledge, ancient manufacturing knowledge, and all those ancient technology again combining with modern technology, and see the glory of the temple. Visit there, it's wonderful. So leveraging IKS for global knowledge economy. Everybody talks about, as I mentioned, the common economy, but I'm trying to mention that knowledge economy. Knowledge economy can actually help us to lead the entire world, to become world guru. India's Ayurveda and yoga industry is projected to reach around 25 billion by 2025 this year only. That can greatly contribute in global wellness and healthcare. There is a report integrating traditional wisdom and modern STEM for driving innovation in sustainability and preventive healthcare. Expanding India's research-based education. Everybody talks about research-based education that actually helps in develop employability skills better. So there also it can play a role. Foreign student enrollment in India is growing. It's not much higher now, much high now, but it can help to grow by, driven by initiatives like Study in India. But there, you see that when the people from outside India, they come and they see our historical ancient places, how they, they simply love, and they try to take pictures, they try to study. So if you bring them here, many foreign universities are coming in India. One is in Delhi, one is in Noida. Two universities are already operating in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. So, through them also many students would be coming. It is not for only Indian, but for them also, they'll be happy to study about IKS. So this is how our research culture would be enhanced. Collaboration with global universities, it has already started. Collaboration with global studies industries that can make India as a hub for cutting edge research and innovation. So what is the way forward? Transforming education for knowledge economy. It's not just for providing degree and giving the employment to our graduates and students, rather to make them stand on their own feet, make them responsible citizen, make them responsibly global citizen. And there the knowledge economy plays very important role. So implementing multidisciplinary and curriculum to achieve 50% of gross enrollment ratio by 2035, expanding skill-based programs to enhance global competitiveness, boosting research innovation skills, investing in AI, quantum computing, and biotechnology. And again, biotechnology has a tremendous scope to combine with IKS, strengthening occasional training and industry academia collaboration to drive employment, entrepreneurship of our future readiness. Now, see, in NEP 2020, there is a provision that informal sector, somebody has gained a lot of knowledge in some particular area informally, that can be equivalent to certain number of credits. This is going to transform the entire education sector. And there we are going to recognize, those who were not accepted, who were not recognized, and they can also be brought into the mainstream of our society. So as I mentioned in the beginning, what is our ultimate goal of education and in our profession? To improve the quality of the individual, to improve the quality of common masses, so that everybody leads happy. Otherwise, the Sarve Bhantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramya doesn't serve the purpose. So globalizing Indian knowledge and education, promoting IKS, and having global collaboration to position India as a Vishwaguru. Let me tell you that Sweden researcher, he was, trying to collaborate it. We submitted. It could not finally, succeed. But he then later told me the same proposal after, modifying, because there I was not allowed as a co-investigator. He submitted in some EU funding, European agency funding, and let me tell you, the title was, the study of correct postures of yoga and how does it impact the healthcare, especially the mental health and other aspects of health. His proposal was accepted. See, a scientist, a researcher, a professor working in Sweden, submitting proposal on yoga and then combining with some AI, and it is getting accepted. So there's a lot of opportunity to bring to attract the global people, global organizations, global researchers, global teaching community, global research community, global industry community to do research in the IKS. So what do we need? What do we need? What is the call to action? What is the role of educators and policymakers? We can encourage all the institutions. You are in institutions. We are also a university. I did not mention anything about our university. We are private but run by Government of Gujarat promoted company. It's a huge company. Gujarat State Fertilizers and Chemicals. It's a perfect example of industry academia interface. We have formal or informal way connection with 700 or more number of industries. Every semester, 2 credit course, that is internship, is mandatory for us. So all our 3,000 students go to industry every semester compulsorily. So we are a different university. I request all of you to visit us, to see us, and to witness what kind of this industry connect university is. But let me talk about other higher education institutes where we can take some proactive steps. We can establish IKS research centers that aligns with NEP's vision for multidisciplinary education, giving importance to IKS as well. Awareness and capacity building for IKS. We can conduct a lot of training programs like what you are doing is very important. I appreciate, I congratulate the organization and St. Francis College. on IKS integration and fostering pride in heritage. Let us take pride in heritage. You know, that is very important. Let's take pride in what our strength is in ancient knowledge or traditional knowledge. Now people have started saying, in place of Indian knowledge system, they have started calling Bharatiya knowledge system, BKS. Insensitivizing research. Let us, connect some incentives with the research and grants connected, especially with IKS based research. So in the last few years, you can see that there are a lot of research schemes. They are promoting IKS based research grant proposal. So that also gives opportunities. So no worries. I have come to the conclusion. This is the last slide and followed by the thanks slide. So Swami Vivekananda used to say, Uttishthat Jagrat Prapya Varani Bodhata. Utho jago or laksh ki prapti tak mat ruko. Arise, awake and stop not till the goal is raised. So what is our goal? Our goal is the sustainable society. Our goal is the sustainable country. Our goal is the peaceful country. Our goal is the happy country. Our goal is to be happy and make others happy. And therefore, we entire world we treat as a family, Vasudev Kutumbakam. And therefore, we always, talk about Sarve Bhantu Sukhana Sarve Santu Niramaya. And their IKS has great potential. Transformative potential of NEP will play a role through multidisciplinary education, skill development, that aims, I've already told, 50% GR by 2035, and then later more. Globally competitive knowledge economy. IKS can become a pillar of sustainable knowledge economy that can be integrated with modern science to enhance sustainability, innovation, holistic education that can further strengthen India's intellectual and cultural leadership. Journey to global leadership. What is Vishwaguru? By expanding global collaborations and promoting IKS. So through IKS, we can expand our global partnership as well. So I could see the the program schedule there by 2:45. I was supposed to conclude and followed by the question answer. My thanks slide is a little different slide. I always conclude by this: E equals mc square. Everybody treats this equation as Einstein's equation, where E is energy, m is mass, and c is the velocity applied. But my interpretation is a little different. E is excellence, M is motivation, and C is commitment. In the Einstein's equation, we say that E is proportional to C square. More is the velocity applied, more is the energy. In the similar manner, we can interpret, if the motivation remains constant, or even if motivation is high, excellence will be higher. We need to be highly motivated. But what is very important, I can tell you, is the commitment. There is one, mathematical example given. If C is 0.5, half-heartedly somebody doing, the excellence will be 1 by 4. And if somebody is doing with double, commitment, double-heartedly, then the excellence will be 4. So let's be committed. Commitment is very important for everything. Our professional endeavor, our personal endeavor, commitment plays significant role. So I think your FDP will greatly help those who are attending this very important FDP, that they'll understand the importance, overview of IKS, the strength of IKS, the opportunities in IKS through research and other partnership opportunities, and through which they'll be contributing to the knowledge economy of the country, through which they'll be contributing for the common masses, through which they'll be contributing to the society. So with this note, I extend my humble thanks and sincere gratitude to St. Francis College and Dr. Pankaj for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insights on NEP 2020, Indian knowledge systems, and their relevance in the global context. Your expertise has been truly enlightening. We will now move on to the question answer session. Dr. Pushpalata will be moderating this session. Participants may kindly post their questions in the chat box or raise their hands to speak. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, photo picture. No question means, I mean, nobody understood. I have not been able to make them understand. Is it the meaning? or everybody understood well, so there is no scope of question.
Pushpata ma'am, out of my curiosity, if you allow me to ask one question to Sinha sir. Pushpata ma'am, can I? So, Namaskar Sinha sir. Your last slide was very much impressive to me, and somehow I could not stop myself checking that the equation which the EMC square, how does this equation reflect the Indian emphasis on the sadhana, that is, we talked about the dedicated practice, and the shraddha, that is more about devotion and commitment in the fields like classical music, Ayurveda, or yoga, or now these days everybody is moving to the quantum. So, would like to really look forward for your perspective on that, sir.
I think in my simple words, if you recall Three Idiot, it goes saying, you need to develop competence, success will follow you. You need to be, Kabil, and then Kamyabi झक मार के आपके पीछे आएगी. So I think what is very important is not success in anything. Important is excellence. So excellence is a journey, doing better, better, and better. So be it sadhana or anything, your commitment matters a lot. Try to be focused on something, your commitment enhances. When I started meditation, I was not able to focus, I was not able to concentrate. Then you have to immerse in it. You have to immerse in anything, be it sadhana, be it meditation. You have to just immerse in it, and for that you need to read some good literature, you need to listen to some good people talking about the importance. So that is what I wanted to say, that this applies to everybody. I have been a student of Vivekananda Ashrama. I was born in a family where my father and mother were farm laborers. 4 o'clock they used to start for farm laborers. So just because of Vivekananda Ashrama, I could, study. Then have been to 9 and more countries now, as a keynote visiting faculty. This is my formula. I believe that you need to be highly motivated, and the motivation comes within. Right? I never get disappointed. Nobody can demotivate me. I'm highly motivated person. So motivation comes within. You do not, compete with others, compete with yourself and try to be better every day. But even better than that, more than that, what I found is your commitment. The moment, जिस दिन आप ढीले पड़ गए, the moment you became half-hearted, there are two persons, A and B, attending a mathematics class. Somebody is teaching. An interview is there. A is asked that what is the importance of Laplace transform. A is saying, sir, Fs is equal to minus infinity integration of ft to the power minus st. But B is saying, Professor, this Laplace transform is a great transform that helps in a number of problem solving applications of signal processing. It transforms this domain to this domain. It depends how much focus they were, how much, immersed they were, how much committed they were. So what I want to say with this equation is commitment, commitment, and commitment will take you towards the excellence, and let excellence be our journey, not the success. I'm never afraid of success. There may be hundreds of successes in your life. What is important is to continuously try for is excelling in your life, be it professional, personal, or whatever you want to achieve. So that is what I wanted to say. तो साधना और वो सब में भी ये काम करेगा, be it sadhana, meditation, किसी में भी काम करेगा. Quantum is what? Quantum is that only, it's not only about binary, but even quantifying the binary, that how much contribution can be of a, the quantum bit, which we call as qubit, can play role, and the productivity and efficiency can be improved. So this commitment will definitely work. I'm not an expert of quantum, but I tried to, answer your question, like, highlighting the importance of commitment in sadhana and its benefit.
Thank you, sir. So we have one more question from the participant. So they have asked, can you tell about research grants for IKS in India?
See, this AICT IKS division itself is giving the grant. There are two, three schemes. IKS, just type IKS under AICT, it will take you. You have already used logo in your presentations. So IKS is giving some money, 20 lakh, 10 lakh, 30 lakh. ICMR is giving a lot. You have to connect. You have to, there is no, any research fund or research grant opportunity in IKS. If you want to do some social science research, that is Indian Council of Social Science Research, how something is depending, Indian Council of that historical research, then ICMR is there. So there are a lot of agencies, Indo-Japan agency, Indo-Taiwan. They sometime back I could see that there was call for research grant proposal on this mental health and using traditional practices. So there are a lot of opportunities, but to begin with, one can start with IKS division. You can have IKS center, and there are a lot of other opportunities.
So we have one more question, sir, from Dr. Prachi Tripathi. Is the objective of yoga limited to physical well-being, or does it also encompass spiritual growth?
Of course, spiritual growth. The mental peace comes through spiritual growth only, because physical wellness, even more important is mental wellness, mental wellness, mental well-being, and mental well-being. It largely depends on yoga. If you practice yoga, your mental well-being will be great. And then what is spirituality? I always give an example. Spirituality is a path that gives us a direction of unity, that unity, a direction of unity is very important. Ekam sadvipra bahuda vadanti. The truth is always one, and the truth is manifested in different ways. One day you understand that truth is only one, you will stop fighting, you will stop all other the practices which are not desirable. So you will be very happy, you will be very peaceful. So the lessons of peacefulness, the lessons of happiness, come from spiritual life, come from spirituality. This teaches us all those things. So of course, yoga can also help us in our spiritual growth.
Thank you, sir. I think we are good to go. Thank you all for your thoughtful questions and insights. This exchange truly enriched today's session and reflect the deep interest in implementing NEP 2020 with IKS meaningfully. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Over to
Thank
you,
you.
Soumya
It was
ma'am.
pleasure to. Thank you. Can I leave now?
May I request all the participants to turn on your cameras for a quick group photograph? Participants, kindly turn on your cameras. Participants, kindly turn on your camera for a quick group photograph.
Hmm.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much,
Thank you so
sir.
much.
Your session was
Thank
really
you.
enriching.
Thank you. I appreciate women power here. I think you have all, great power, in taking IKS into the next height and making Vesuguru. The majority of, the participants are ladies. So I have all great respect for all of you. Namaskar. Thank you so much.